they can get the ball back for the offense. They start the drive with Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out. Play action. Now it's Carr. Flushed out right. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On the give, this is Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Keenum. eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Keenum. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Eddie Vanderdoes in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. They run it with McKinnon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 14 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. 10 seconds to go. They run once more with McKinnon. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
They go with Murray again, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. First throw of overtime for Keenum. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the reel at the 48-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. What can Carr do now with his drive? Escaping the pressure right. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime time to get it done, but put this one in the win column. And partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not